All right. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if I'm good on the mic. I think I made a mistake streaming a little bit ago. I did something so silly, you guys are gonna laugh at me. Oh god, I feel like an idiot, but I guess it happens. There's everybody. Okay, give me 1 second here. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Welcome back. What's up, Gustavo? I'll let everybody pile in here before I start talking, and you guys are gonna have a laugh at what I'm gonna tell you. What's up, man? So far, so good. All right, so you guys missed the entire stream. I started streaming at 6:30, but I forgot to hit the go live button on YouTube. So I thought I was streaming. I was just looking at my OBS streaming software, and I had no clue. I forgot to hit the go live button. So for about an hour and a half, I was streaming. Well, I thought I was streaming, but I was doing nothing but talking to myself. uh, That's okay. I guess I got more work done, and I can just bring you guys up to speed with what's going on. All right. So what we got. So what I did was I went through and let me take off my breakpoints. I went through and I got a spot to where I can hook into the endings, because one of the things we're going to have to do is make a modification for Reptile. So I did that, and also along the way, let's see, I also went and defined all the routines and arrays that were associated with displaying the game ending. Yeah, it was funny, Cesar. So here's our game ending routine here. We've got it just checks character ID. It gets an array that tells us where to put the story image for that particular character. Displays the ending image, and then it loads a stage. And it loads a stage depending on what character's ending it is. And then it does the same thing for the stories. It pulls the ending from an array which is character indexed, displays the story strings. Then we have a delay of how long the panel board stays on the screen, um, darkens, and repeats, and it gets the second story panel. So that's all, everything you guys missed for that hour and a half. It's pretty much just defining that whole sequence, and I started making a script for it also. Um, and there's some new entries into the symbols file. But yeah, that's what I streamed to myself for an hour and a half. So I was going to eat some dinner, but I guess I'll stick around for a little bit longer, and I'll show you some more stuff, and then I'll have my dinner, and then I'll probably watch some games done quick. Looks like I'm missing the Super Mario Brothers 3 race right now. Looks to be pretty fun. Yeah, I know, right? It's silly. So these are the images Tyrone put together for Reptile's image, our ending. So he's got actually, let me pull it up on here. It looks better with the background and stuff that he put into it. Yeah, the stream is fine right now, I guess. So this is the proposal of Reptile's ending here. So we've got something like this. So this bottom picture here might look familiar. This is actually from Daniel Pesina's videos that he had for making Mortal Kombat. This here looks like just a teleport punch in the Shang Tsung. It looks pretty good. We'll go with that for Reptile, so he has an ending. But we got to have a good story, something that's not, something that goes well with that timeline in the Mortal Kombat series, because that's a big reason why I omitted stories on Smoke and Jade and Noob Saibot and MK2, just because I feel like everybody had different views on what the ending should be. So rather than make my own up or tie the two ends together, for each of the characters to come up with a good story, I figured I would omit any kind of stories and people could just believe what they want to believe about the characters. But the way these are going to work is it's not going to be your typical sprite header. It's going to be the more complex large image style. And I'll show you here in a minute, because what I was able to do was fix my second monitor source, because apparently OBS doesn't recognize any other displays that aren't on the same graphics card. So since I have two graphics cards and I have two different displays for each of them, it won't recognize. It only recognizes one graphics card display set for some reason. So we got that working again, so you guys can see my hex editor. So these are the arrays for stories. The and our images, our image locations, and stories 1, stories 2. And this would be the locations for our images. What else was there? Alright, so we define those arrays, so it makes it a lot easier. And this was going to be part 1 of the series, because part 2 is going to be introducing the new graphics and getting the script because half of the problem is just defining the routines, learning on what they are, and then from there, after you learn what they are, then you can put whatever you want in there. So this is part one. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eat my dinner, and tomorrow I will probably pick up on part two, and we will start introducing the new graphics. We're gonna have to make some headers, and one of the things that I'm familiar with on these larger image headers, let me show you here real fast, is the format, because I did the same thing for Ultimate MK3 Plus. I pulled over the intro headers for the storyboard, so that's why we have those from MK3 into UMK3 Plus. So it has the intro track screens now, which has all the stories and stuff, and they all follow the same structure. Let me see if I can get you an idea of what that structure looks like. Find the array for these endings here. There we go. Alright, so we've got one for Johnny Cage, which is at FFC1 3130. And I got another one that's a little more defined here, FFB9 C350 maybe? Let's see, where is it at? I got one that I've got laid out pretty good. You can see structure. There we go. So everything in the blue, those are just pointers to the images. And then one of those pointers are going to point to something like this, where you're going to have the basic dimension. This one, for instance, is 62 by 81, and then there's a flag that's almost always true in every image that I've seen in this structure. And then you have the palette count, and it's indexed on a 0 based scale. So we got 4 palettes, and this is palette 1, palette 2, looks like palette 3 is the same color, so let me change it a little bit so you can see it better, and 3 and 4. So to display that large image with the definition that it has to load multiple palettes, because these palettes max out at 40 hex. What is it? 64 colors. I want to say that there are, on the full screen images, if I recall correctly, they can go up to 255 colors. So I don't know why they didn't do it in this case, or if it's just kind of laid out like that from using it on the Y unit board. But yeah. So that's the structure of the images for the endings. So we're going to have to create 2 of these for Reptile. Oh yeah, by the way, after the palette's defined, we have about, I want to say a 17 byte header for the image. And then after that we have the pixel data. Alright, I'm glad you guys tuned in for this extremely long stream. I hope you guys learned a lot in the hour and a half. And so I'm going to eat my dinner, and I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. And we'll do part 2. We'll get the image stuff going. We'll get this Reptile script filled out, and we'll get his data in, and we'll see how it looks. Alright, so I'll see you guys next time. Good night.